Hello everyone! A new Master vs. Student trailer for Tenkaichi 4 is out. Let's break it down. The trailer kicks off with Piccolo doing his explosive breath cannon combo on Kid Gohan. He grabs Gohan's arm, says a very Piccolo-esque line, and proceeds to fire a beam attack from his mouth. An obvious reference to the Cyberman fight. I couldn't help but notice that punch to the gut he usually does before sending the opponent flying into the air is missing, considering it's present in pretty much every single DB game, including Tenkaichi 3. I assume it's still going to be there. I think it was just a trailer thing, and they cut it that way so it could flow better with the actual trailer. Gohan does a little power-up animation and fires his iconic Super Volley Blast attack, or as it's known nowadays, Vegeta's technique. Also, if you slow the footage down, you can see Piccolo's clothes being destroyed in real time. Neat. We're then greeted with a matchup between Master Roshi and Krillin. They do their little battle opening dialogue, but then we get a close-up on Krillin's face, and he appears to be sweating for some reason, which I found a bit strange. Yamcha immediately follows up after Krillin and is looking fairly calm and confident to fight Roshi, which makes Krillin's troubled look all the more confusing. Perhaps this is a sign that the characters will be more expressive this time around. They did state that Ultimate Tenkaichi was one of the many inspirations when it came to presentation, and depending on how well you fare during a battle in that game, your character's face would reflect that. If you're doing well, your character will be all smug and cocky, but as soon as things go south, yeah, not so smug anymore. Roshi does this 3-hit combo that left me a bit puzzled. All 3 of those attacks appear to be brand new. I've tried my best to recreate it, but no luck. That kick he does when he turns his whole body around is the only one I could find in Tenkaichi 3, and it's not even from a combo. He does it during his Super Rush attack. Krillin does his Scattering Bullet, which actually scorches the ground around it. I think this is the first time I've seen this happening in Sparking Zero, but I could be wrong. And finally, Roshi wraps up the battle with an attack from the original Dragon Ball, the Thunder Flash Surprise. Prior to recording this video, I completely forgot he even had it in Tenkaichi 3. And now, the part of the trailer that made everyone lose their minds. Videl charges directly at Gohan, and he responds with a move straight out of Tenkaichi 3, the Sonic Sway. And dare I say that it looks even better than ever? For all of you newcomers to the Tenkaichi series, this is essentially a counter move that lets you dodge all of the oncoming attacks from your opponent in sort of an Ultra Instinct type fashion. And once the enemy's combo is finished, Sonic Sway lets you smack the opponent in the face and send them flying into the air. It looks pretty much the same as it did in 3, just with some extra smear frames thrown in to make those dodges feel super fast. And if you're wondering how to do this move in Tenkaichi 3, keep holding the guard button while the opponent is mashing and simply press triangle or the key button to enter the Sonic Sway state. Right after, we see Videl lunging at Gohan once more. This time around, she's sporting a short-haired look. Some people were skeptical that the alternate costumes/outfits would be locked behind DLC or something like that, but I guess we're safe for now. Alright, now for my personal favorite part, Beerus and Whis. Beerus fires a few key blasts at Whis, who seemingly activates a shield-like move to negate the attack? I'm speculating, but I think this is a skill move, or as they were referred to in Tenkaichi 3, Blast 1 techniques. You know, something similar to the explosive wave moves. Alright, I just realized something while I was editing this part. Beerus didn't do your typical key blast spam. No, remember that thing you could do in 3 where you jump and then press the key button? Yeah, it's back. I'm surprised I didn't catch it sooner. Beerus, being the spammer he is, fires a charged key blast towards Whis, who casually reflects it back at him. Again, something you could easily do in previous Tenkaichi games as long as your timing was good. You just press circle or the guard button right before the blast connects. In his typical spammer fashion, Beerus fires a small sphere of destruction that gets countered by Whis once more. At first, I thought Whis did Super Perception. Super Perception is one of the new mechanics mechanics of Sparking Zero, where a character can deflect a super attack at a cost of 2 skill points. But after taking a closer look, I don't think that's the case. Once triggered, Super Perception has sort of a slowdown effect, letting you know that you've successfully performed it. And as you can see, the slowdown effect is not present during whatever move he's doing there. Maybe he just has a skill set that revolves around defense or something, because if we take a look at the very next scene, Beerus unleashes a massive supernova, only for Whis to seemingly nullify it. Now, some of you might argue that Whis didn't nullify it, he simply dodged it. But if we take a closer look in slow motion, it appears that he nullified it first and then dashed in front of Beerus. To be fair, I could be wrong. I can see it going both ways, but I'm leaning slightly more towards him canceling the supernova out than dashing to avoid it. After dashing towards Beerus, Whis suddenly stops to do a real gamer move. He whips out a spoon and proceeds to eat ice cream right in front of Beerus, as if he's taunting him, which very well might be the case, considering taunts were present in the previous Tenkaichi games, especially Tenkaichi 1. They also went the extra mile with attention to detail on the ice cream. Also, if you want to hear more about the taunt mechanics from the Tenkaichi series, you can check out my previous video, where we go over quite a few interesting interactions. For the first time ever, we get an actual one-armed Gohan in a Tenkaichi game. Contrary to popular belief, one-armed Gohan never appeared in any of the BT games. So this is actually a pretty welcome addition. Trunks proceeds to do a basic square combo that gets intercepted on its 5th hit by Gohan's Z counter. Also, if you've seen the latest promotion images for Sparking Zero, you'll notice how improved things look in the trailer. I think a reminder that this game's still in development and is constantly being worked on is necessary, considering some glitches tend to slip out every now and then. I know some people aren't happy about the fact that we still don't have a release date, but I say let them do their thing. We waited 17 years. A few more months or even a year won't be all that long. The androids proceed to bully both Gohan and Trunks with the Axel dance, until Gohan finally had enough and transformed into Super Saiyan. The main part of the trailer ends with Gohan doing the Gekiretsu Ranbu? What? Yeah, I don't know why they never bothered to translate this move in Tenkaichi 3. Raging Blast calls it Fierce Combination, so I'll stick with that. 10 more characters are added to the roster, bringing us to a total of 61 characters. We're not even halfway through, but it's all good. I like this feeling of anticipation. Also, there's something I'd like to bring up that doesn't directly relate to this trailer, rather to the previous one we saw. The previous trailer showcased one of Sparking Zero's new mechanics, the Revenge Counter. I was essentially explaining why it was a welcome addition, as there weren't many options to escape a combo for free in Tenkaichi 3, except maybe for the characters that had access to an explosive wave type move or Wild Sense. While everything I said there still holds up, I did fail to mention a move that lets you break out of a combo, and every character has access to it. If you desperately want to break out of a combo in BT3 by pressing L1 and L2 at a cost of roughly half a health bar, you will release an explosive burst of energy that lets you break free out of a combo. I personally tend to avoid using it because it can drain your health pretty fast, but I can't deny that it can prove to be very useful when things are going bad. I didn't mention it because I simply forgot about it, so yeah, sorry about that. So far, we haven't seen a glimpse of this technique in Sparking Zero, and we most likely won't see it, considering we have Revenge Counter. This trailer was fairly short, but it still managed to lift my hype levels up, especially the return of Sonic's Wave. If you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out the previous episode of Secrets in DBZ Games, where I break down one of the most genius hidden mechanics from Tenkaichi 2. And yeah, that's gonna be all from me. See you in the next one.